And welcome back to the Market Wolf, where I give you the best bear case, the best bull case, and I give you my opinion. It is 5:35 a.m. This is your update for Thursday, May 25th. We are looking at the S&P 500 on the 30-minute time frame. We are currently sitting at $414 and some change, 11 cents. We are sandwiched between the 20-day, the 50-day, the 100-day, and the 200-day, specifically between the 50-day and the 100-day. And we're looking to right now we're in a full bearish divergence. Although on the 30-minute, it is looking like we're trying to maneuver our way possibly back up after getting a bounce off of a new pattern I have noticed forming here, which is important. Recall we fell back into this descending channel. We fell also back inside of this green symmetrical triangle. So if you see that red line there and you see that green line, the red line is the descending channel from a long time ago that we fell back into, very bearish. And now we're back top side of this green symmetrical triangle. So that is a bullish sign despite all of the bearishness we see. Perhaps we will get a bounce off the RSI this morning and we'll see some more upside. What I want to do for you today, since I've already given you a long case for the bull case, go back and watch my other videos on that. That's important. I want to give you kind of a long case on a potential for a bear case, since we've seen some more bearish activity here and we didn't hold some of those key levels that I spoke about. Now, like I said, I thought that we would not really go below about the 412.93. I thought we could go a little bit below it. I thought we might chop a little bit below the symmetrical, but I really didn't think we were going to get as low as 410.10. But it came back down there again and double tapped that area, picked up some more buyers, and then was off to the races a little bit in its own kind of slow fashion here. Let me take you to the weekly time frame. Talk about the bear case on the weekly time frame. You can see, well, one thing I do want to point out that's kind of bullish on the weekly is that we're at least above the green symmetrical triangle here, okay? And we're in range here trying to break out. But if you look here on the weekly, bearish, okay? Let's talk bearish. Long case. You are in an ascending wedge right now with the price on the S&P 500. And typically what happens with an ascending wedge is these roll over. What you want to see happen here is some kind of reversal pattern build where you can get on top side of this and get out. We definitely don't want to see this build, and then just roll right over. So that's something to pay attention to on the bear case there. Also, we're winding down on our momentum to the upside. We don't have a bounce yet on the RSI on the weekly, so that's a little bearish. We've had our exiting volume here, not nearly as much as the last couple of weeks, but of course, well, not last week obviously, but the two previous weeks. But you know, this week's not over yet, so it's something to keep an eye on. Let's take a look at the 1 month. And on the 1 month, you can see that maybe, just maybe, we're starting to slow down the RSI. Maybe we're going to start getting back to the upside. Maybe this is kind of a bull flag. But again, I want to talk to you about the bear case on this. You can see, again, we're in this ascending wedge right here. And, you know, we're not really looking great on the RSI. I mean, yeah, maybe we'll get a bounce. We're sitting roughly just above the 50. So I mean, you would think we should get a bounce and continue up, and maybe we will. on the monthly. Maybe we will continue into this ascending wedge and there will be more upside. But again, you got to watch for this rollover. And I guess my general point on this, on the long case, is take a look at this. Look at this picture that's building here. You can also look at what we've done here in this long consolidation phase we've been in. Remember, I've been thinking this could become an M-topping reversal, and I don't think we're going back all the way up to all-time highs, even though I've got this measured move here. Go back and listen to my other videos on that. But, we could be getting close. This doesn't have to be like a perfect M. It doesn't even have to go. It doesn't have to go higher. It doesn't have to be even. It doesn't even have to be like just below some of the levels I thought it might go to. This might only get to maybe the top of this wedge, and that could be it. And you could see the whole market just fall right out, because look, the MACD doesn't have to stop to the downside. You can see the MACD ramp up again with no problem. And the other thing I want to point out to you is just look historically, year over year at the volume profile. What's happening? Well, the volume generally has been kind of on a long-term downtrend. And when you get up to levels like this, up here, even in this chop, and you don't have really great incoming volume, that's a sign that you're coming down. And you need to go back and watch some of my really old videos on like the major bear case that I make in the long term for just how far down we could fall. On the monthly, do we have the 20-day right now? We currently have the 20-day on the monthly. That's good. We currently have it on the weekly, I believe. Yes, we got it on the weekly. Let's check the daily just to see, do we still have the 20-day on the daily? Yeah, we're holding the 20-day on the daily. So, these are all good signs for now. Let's check the 4-hour. See, on the 4-hour in this time frame, this is looking more like consolidation overall. And of course, on the 4-hour, we're winding down and we're trying to head back up on the RSI on the 4-hour. The question is, do we get a rejection on this time frame on the RSI and head back down? And that would be us breaking through the moving average on those other time frames, the lower time frames. And so that's something you got to watch for, because then that shows there's going to be some downside. I mean, this might just be a little J hook here. You might get kind of back into this. It's funny. I thought I had a yellow descending wedge there. It's like, I don't remember putting that on this chart. It's my arrow. So yeah, you could get right up here. You could come a little higher, and then maybe you get rejected off the 20-day. So I just want to look. See, I told you this could be an M-topping reversal. It turned out that's what it was. That was on my bear case. As far as my opinion goes today on the 30-minute, it's really looking like the potential for some more chop to the upside. I mean, we came down further than I thought, but I did generally tell you we're going to get some chop. I thought the chop was going to be higher up here to the upside. It still could be. We could see like some major coiling up here and then tightening up as we move up, and then you might get that move upside inside of this ascending wedge that we're in. So you definitely could come up, come down, play around down here, and then begin to coil, and you might see a triangle forming here. And then, what you want to see is we got to get bullish and get on top of this ascending wedge. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling. And honestly, when I look at this on the 4-hour, on the volume down here, the volume profile, even in this little downtrend that we've been in it doesn't look terrible compared to the overall incoming volume that we've seen. So, this could just be some short-term profit taking, and we're probably just going to continue this pattern into this ascending wedge until we definitely see things change. If you break through this ascending wedge, a hard break, you head down to the 409.13, you head down to the 403.87. I think if you go down to the 403.87, you can pretty much say goodbye to that pattern. I mean, it's something we'll pay attention to if we do re-enter it, but at that point, you're going to be looking at, all of this time we spent here consolidating, and even back here in this area just being over. And I have seen this pattern on Bitcoin before, where it just looks like, this was back when people thought we were getting a big rally when we had the first downturn. It looked just like this. It really did. And then it just rolled over and took everybody with it that wasn't paying attention. So please pay attention, because these wedges do tend to roll over at some point. So that's what I'm thinking, that's what I'm feeling. We will see you next time on The Market Wolf.